Hi students, our study today in transformation about translation and rotation. What is a translation? We say we have a translation of point M, as you can see, according to a vector. Suppose here we have a vector OB or AB, whatever. So I'm going to pick I have a point M, I want to translate it to have another point M prime, so that vector M prime will be vector OB. So here we have translation M prime equal vector OB. So in other words, I'm taking this point M to M prime under translation of vector V, which is OB. So here Zm prime minus Zm equals Zb minus Zo. Zb minus Zo, here it's a vector V. And if you pick the point M to the other side, so we have Zm prime equals Zm plus V. So we have a translation of vector, for example, OB or vector V. Let us take an example. Suppose you have Z prime equals Z plus 4 plus 5i. Here we have a translation of point M prime from point M to point M prime. So if you have a point M, we're going to find its image M prime under translation of vector 4 plus 5i. In that case, so here X prime will be X plus 4, as you can see, and Y prime will be Y plus 5. So in that case, as we said, so here you're going to have X prime equal X plus 4 and Y prime equal Y plus 5. So if you have a point, for example, 2, 3, the point M prime image will be Zm plus 4 plus 5i. So it will be 2 plus 4, 6, and 3 plus 5, 3i plus 5i, 8i. So if you plot M and M prime, you're going to have vector M prime equal vector 4 plus 5i, and this is the relation between X prime and X, here M prime, and it's the image of M by translation of vector AB. Let us go to GeoGebra to check what I have. As you can see here, we have a vector V. This is the vector V that you have here, and you have a point M. I want to translate here the point M. I want to translate the point M according to vector V. So let us do it. Translate by a vector. You have a point M to point V. So here I have a vector M prime. As you can see, M prime parallel to V, and it's equal to V. Same if you have here, for example, here we have a vector V. As you can see, I want to translate this line here. So either you can pick 2 points on the line and translate the line, or translate the whole line. If we do it, the whole line, you can see you're going to have the same line parallel to that vector. So here I want to translate according to this vector. So here if you pick any point here, for example, and if you draw a parallel to that vector, parallel, so the vector here you're going to get is parallel, let me see the vector from a point to a point. So this vector you're going to get here, so it will be parallel, this vector will be parallel to that line. And you can translate any image, it's the same. Translate by a vector this image according to this one. You're going to translate the same image, okay? Now, if I want to translate here, as you can see, according to Z prime equals Z plus 12 plus 3i, according to the vector of 12 plus 3i, the line Y equals 3x plus 4. We know the relation that we talked about, so here this is the relation. So here you can replace this x by x prime minus 12 and this y by y prime minus 3. You can see here, and you're going to have the vector, the line translation. Actually, these two lines are parallel. Image of a circle, you know that here the center is 1 and 2. Since the center 1 and 2, so here we do the translation. So here the center is 1, 2. You replace here 1 by 2, as you can see. So you have 13 and 5. Or you can replace directly here the z by z prime I prime of the new center is the old center zi of c, which is 1 2 1 plus 2I. You're going to get the same, so I have a circle of center 13 and 5, so you write it here, and the radius the same because it preserved the radius, the shape. Now we're going to start by rotation. Always a rotation you need to have a center, and you rotate a point M according to an angle alpha. As you can see here, in that case Wm equal Wm prime, and the angle between Wm prime equal alpha. Here we don't put vectors because the two arms are not parallel. So in that case, if you have a rotation of center W, this is called double point also, and angle of alpha, and you're going to translate the point M to M prime. So we have gamma equal gamma M prime, and the angle between them is, according to this rotation, is alpha. So here, as you know, if you want to find this ratio, so Zm prime minus Zw over Zm minus Zw equal angle EI alpha. Because these two arms are equal, so the ratio here, it must be 1. Only you have the angle. So if you do cross multiply, Z prime minus Zw equals Zm EI alpha minus Zw EI alpha. We take this, the Zw to the other side. You have this one. So in general, a rotation is written of the 4. Z prime equal EI alpha Z plus B. What is B? This whole expression. And if you want to find the ZW is nothing else than B over 1 minus EI alpha. For example here, and RW, as we said, the center is called double point. So rotation of center gamma angle alpha is written Z prime equal AZ plus B, where where the center will be ZW equal B over 1 minus A. Let us take this example. Let R be the rotation of angle pi over 3 and center omega 1 minus 3I. So I will write it, so Z prime equal EI pi over 3Z, and since this is the B is nothing else, since I gave you the center, is Z of omega into 1 minus A. We said the center here, the B is nothing else than W into 1 minus EI alpha. So here I gave you the center, this is the 1 minus 3I, A is EI pi over 3, you replace it here, and if you do the calculation, these two products calculator directly, you're going to get this one. Now if you want to find the image of A under this rotation, and A is 1 minus I, you just plug here in Z 1 minus I, you use your calculator and you get the image. Halla, if B is 0, you have Z prime equal AZ only, so the center will be origin, so you have a rotation of 0 alpha, and the inverse rotation, instead of going alpha, you go back minus alpha. Let us go to GeoGebra to check what about it. Suppose here we have, as you can see, the center, which is W, and you have the point M. I want to rotate an angle M, for example. Let us see. So if I want to rotate here, as I told you, point M by center W, point M with center W, so I go here, we have rotate around the point, so WM, angle suppose 45, so you're going to get its image M prime. So here you have WM rotated to WM prime. As you can see, the angle between them will be alpha, and the two arms are equal. I can rotate, for example, a line, a segment. Suppose here you have a segment, so I want to rotate it, so I go to rotation here, rotate about the point C with A, suppose 45, point B with 45, and point A with 45. So here what we're going to get? We're going to get another segment, and if you want to join these from W to this one, so I have the new rotation, as you can see, and if B is the midpoint, as you can see, because rotation preserved midpoint, so here you have also B prime, the image will be the midpoint of the segment. You can rotate a circle, so if you want to rotate a circle, so so you have, this is the center W, Suppose let me do